them this time because I have some wonderful quotes. I'm just going to take this in. Just going to take this in.
We love you, Christy.
Love you too. Today is an amazing part of my spiritual path. Because today, I don't think that we can ever outgrow this metaphor of the butterfly. And I think that I have transitioned into a butterfly so many times in my life. Perhaps it was a phoenix rising. That this is just another phase, right? There's the caterpillar, just doing its thing, doing what it knows how to do, living its life, being the brilliant caterpillar that it is. And then, seeks refuge in this thing called, and wraps itself all up into this idea of the cocoon. And in many ways, this community for me has been a cocoon. It has been a place for me to grow and feel safe in, and feel protected in, and eventually turn into goop. Which is my favorite. It's my favorite stage of spiritual growth, this idea of goo, because what happens is there's this intelligence, there's this innate intelligence, and I know that that is spirit. I know that that is God, and it has taken me many, many, many years of going up and down and all over to really discover and nurture and just love myself into a new way of being. And that is spirit expressing. So what I know for myself is that this is just another step. And what's happened is, I don't know if you've ever seen a butterfly crawl out of a cocoon. It takes its time. It takes its time. And, the idea of that is, if anybody else was to help it come out, it would just crumble. It's got to find its own way out. But when it's ready, when that new form of life is ready to spread its wings, it kind of crawls out, it kind of hangs out on this cocoon for a little while, and then you see it doing this, and then you see it doing this, and doing this, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. It's gone and inspiring life with a new beauty. And that is what I'm doing. I'm spreading my wings and inspiring life with a new beauty, which is unique to me. It's my beauty. It's my gifts. It's time. And nothing ever just happens, right? Thought is creative. The process of creation is something that continuously, and constantly builds upon itself. It builds upon itself through our thoughts, through our consciousness. And that is the power of creation. What I know about this teaching, what I love about this teaching, is that whether I'm aware of it or not, all that I'm thinking, all that I'm doing, all that I'm believing is paving the way. It's giving direction for that creative energy that is spirit in and through and as me to take me into a new direction. And that's what's happening here. I love this picture, and thank you, Carol Montgomery. You pulled this off my Facebook page, yes? Next week, if you come to my workshop, you will actually see a picture of this being's mother that happened to be sitting like 5 feet away from us. Beautiful, majestic. There is so much to learn from the energy of animals. And I just have this affinity for leopards and cheetahs. This is a baby cheetah. And it was only on the planet for a little while. And, that's the cycle of life, right? So I'm not saying that as a downer. What I'm saying is there's a cycle and a rhythm and a naturalness to life. And every one of us, if we are paying attention to what is going on inside each of us, has the opportunity in every day, in every moment, key word, moment, because we are only living in the now, to express ourselves authentically with our own authentic personal integrity. I love the way you worded that, because we're each different. We're each different, and we have something amazing to give. What I love about this picture is it's new life. It is new life in its purest form, and I can tap into that energy within myself. And it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of self-honesty and self-awareness. And anything is possible. Anything is possible. You know that phrase of they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I was not at all born with a silver spoon in my mouth, nor was I born with a microphone. in my hand. I have taken many years of learning about myself, and I grew up in an atmosphere that was not supportive, it was not loving, it didn't feel safe. And what I learned is to hide, right? We all do that, it's natural. We kind of pull in. But what the gift that gave me was it allowed me to go deep within myself, to get in touch with an aspect of me that I wouldn't have otherwise tapped into. And in that was peace. In that was safety. It didn't have anything to do with what was going on outside of me. I learned to nurture that from a very, very early age. And then that has taken me to greater awareness and expression. And now I am just giving voice to that. I'm giving voice to something that I discovered about myself at a very young age. And that is, there is more to life than what you think is going on. There is more to your path, your future, that you could even be aware of in the moment. And what a journey it's been. I have come from, hey, I'm here to life, to, oh my God, what am I doing here in life, to here I am again in life. And now I feel as though I have such a firm foundation and a clarity in knowing myself, that divine presence of who I am as spirit, through the teachings of the Science of Mind, through Barbara and John as my teachers, and for this community for the past 18 years. Oh, here's another thing. I just want to clear this up, because people are saying, are you moving to Africa? I'm not. You're not moving to Africa. We're staying in Asheville, and you will just see me in a new way out in the world. I've got a lot of irons in the fire, and my life is happening like that. You see, I believe that when we become clear, and my journey to Africa really shifted this whole process for me. When we become really clear, that is when the magic happens. That is when the universe just aligns perfectly so that there is an opportunity and an opening, and then it's our individual responsibility to go, okay, I'm ready. There's two songs that have been playing in my head and in my car all week. And that is Something's Calling Me by Jamie Lula. And the words to that song that really stick with me are, something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. And that's what's going on, right? Doesn't that happen in our own spiritual journey? And the other one is Get Ready, My Soul. Because there's part of me going, I'll just be honest with that. And there's another part of it. It's like, yeah, get ready. Get ready because I'm on fire. Get ready because I am clear. Get ready because I am so ready for something new. And I've been ready for something new for a while. And what I know about life is that if you don't pay attention to that inner nudging of your soul saying, be more, you know, life has a way of shaking things up. And I'll tell you what, I don't want my life shaken up. I've done that. I've been there. I've been there in relationships. I've been there in my finances. I've been there in my health. I don't want that. I want to be able to stand in absolute faith and clarity and truth and knowing who I am, taking everything that I have learned from the center, everything that you all have given me, and learning to communicate and trust and give a voice to my own magnificence. You guys helped me do that. You all assisted me in that process of becoming a butterfly. So I am eternally grateful for the safety, for the love, and for the opportunity to learn. The classes that I've taught, it is more about learning than anything. And when you're ready, the teacher appears. And you've all been my teachers, so I'm really grateful for that. The reason that's worded like that up there is because I had this epiphany the other day, and I thought, the word ritual isn't spiritual. Right? It was a moment for me, too. And when I thought about it, I thought, well, what is ritual? Ritual for me is a conscious, intentional activity or action. It's an outward expression. And spiritual, if there is a ritual around the idea of spirituality, it is about an outward action, an outward expression, an activity that really feeds my spirit. There's one of my favorite Rumi quotes that says, set your life on fire and seek other who fan your flames. That's what this community is all about. That's what you're doing here. There is something in you that is lit up. There is something in you that when you come into the doors of this center, or anywhere that is spiritually enlightening for you, there's something that happens to that spark of divinity. All of a sudden you recognize who you are. That spirit recognizes itself. And you've got other people around you that are seeing it too. And they are fanning your flames. And that's about spiritual growth. And so the idea of ritual too is about spiritual practice. We speak often of, I do anyways, of spiritual practice. And what I thought is my spiritual practice is my ritual. Maintaining my thoughts, weeding my consciousness garden, is a ritual. Doing a spiritual mind treatment every day is a ritual. Loving everyone that I see is a ritual. Having the courage to open my heart even when I'm really scared is a ritual. Because the more I practice, the more I develop habits that really allow my light to shine. That's all ritual. All that we do is a ritual in life. When I focus that awareness on my spirit, it becomes a spiritual path. That ritual and all that I think and do and say is my spiritual journey. And this is just another beginning in that. I was looking online at this quote about Rumi, and I came upon this blog about leadership and about really stepping into our power. Often takes courage, and it often takes a leap of faith. It often takes really understanding ourselves. And some of the ideas about this was the fire, what sets you on fire. And this really spoke to me because it's not just about what's going on within me, it's about how I'm interacting and connecting with other folks, other people. How am I recognizing the divine? Because what I know to be true is only I can do this for me. Only I can awaken within myself. Only I can speak my truth. Only I can take what I've learned and put it into action. Only I can ask for help or assistance when I need it. Only I can be more within myself. It's not up to anybody or anything or any circumstances or any financial assistance. It has nothing to do with anything outside of me. It has everything to do with this deep, profound relationship with my inner divinity. That is my spirit. And then the ritual around that is, what action do I take? The action is I clean up my mind. My action is I clean up my actions. And I clean up what needs to be cleaned up. You know, we're all doing this, right? We're all a work in progress. Always, always, always committed to moving forward. And so having this opportunity to step out in a new way is, I gotta tell you, it's very exciting. And it's very freeing. There is something in me that has shifted so deeply that says, I'm ready. Talk about get ready, my soul. And I know that some folks have said, gosh, you know, I'm really sad, but I'm not surprised. Because there comes a point in all of our journeys where we just have the courage to tell our own truth, to live our own truth, to be in that truth. And this place has been a crucible of my transformation in ways that you will never, ever, ever understand, inside and outward in my life. Every one of you have played a part. And the energy is just going to continue to be interconnected and ripple out into the world. So together we are still transforming the world, because I get to take you out in the world with me. When we return to South Africa, I get to take all of you with me. See, this is what I know to be true. And I get to teach that to people in different cultures. And then they get to teach me their truth. And then I get to bring that back here. So I'll still be around. So you can just let that one rest. I'll still be in Asheville. And I'm on Facebook. A lot. So this idea of set your life on fire and seek others who fan your flames. Give respect to everyone who crosses our paths. Have compassion for those around us. Remember, adversaries or difficult people are often individuals carrying lessons we need to learn about ourselves. And intentionally seek people who are steps further ahead of us. And I do that. I look for what really speaks to my heart. And I think we all do that. And I think I'm just at a new point where I'm just not going to wait anymore. I'm not going to pretend anymore. There's a Navajo saying that says it's it's difficult to wake a person who pretends to be asleep. Have you ever done that? Have you ever pretended? Yeah. Have you ever been awake? You know, but I'm just going to pretend here that I don't know. I remember thinking one time when I was working for the Postal Service, gosh, I was trained in all kinds of things, and I was just, people were asking things of me because I was knowledgeable. And I remember saying this out loud, and it really got my attention. Oh God, the more I learn, the more they expect me to do. So I'm going to stop learning. And I thought, really? It is, Edwene Gaines, when she comes to speak, she often states her vision, and she is 100% committed. And I always stop there because that blows my mind. Being 100% committed to whatever you are doing. And I hear myself more and more and more saying, I'm so committed to my spiritual growth. I am so committed to healing all the stuff that gets in my way. I am so committed to moving beyond any of these limitations that I ever set up for myself. I am so committed to be in love with myself and to be in love with other people, regardless of what form that takes. I'm so committed that I'm going to do the work within me. I'm going to pay attention to the synchronicity of life that offers itself to me in every moment to give me the opportunity to be more, to open up more, to expand. And we all have that divine wisdom in us. And it is our personal responsibility. At least for myself, I say, I'm all about 100%. Sometimes it's like, okay, that's really setting me up to do a lot of internal work, and that's okay. Because I'm 100% committed to growing, to expanding, to being who I have come here to be. And we say that a lot, we speak that a lot, and my question to you is, where's your commitment with that? And you don't have to do it alone. That's what this community is. And that's what everybody in this community has supported me in doing, is to being more, to expanding, to growing, to shining my light, to being who I've come here to be. And I may or may not know what that looks like. So far, I have a pretty clear picture because things are just showing up like that in my life. And I'm pretty busy. And I'm just grateful. I am so grateful to this community, to you, Barbara, to John, to the almost 20 years that I've spent in this community. And here's another thing, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Ursula said to me, so you're still planning to go on Sundays, right? I'm like, well, absolutely. She said, can we sit in the back? I was like, yeah. Woo! So yes, I'll still be around. So I hope you don't mind me sharing that. Our paths will always intersect. Our journeys are always interconnected at some point because life is a web. Life is a web of intelligence. Life is a web of love. Life is a web of light. Life is a web of mystery. Life is a web of courage, and what I know to be true for myself is that I absolutely trust the process. I may not always like it, but I absolutely trust it because I have watched myself go from a scared little girl who went months without even talking to somebody who has a voice, is willing to stand up and speak her truth, is willing to grow and change and nurture the aspects which need to shift within myself so that I may assist others to their own awakening, so that I may assist others and empower others to take responsibility for their lives, to live a life that is honest, authentic, drama-free, really liking the drama-free part, to live a life that is prosperous and healthy. And when I pay attention to my own spiritual truth, everything in my life, body, mind, and spirit, gets better. I had these chronic physical issues going on with me, and you know what? They have all dissipated. It's amazing. It's like, oh, that's how it works. It's not just, what is this thought about my body? Why did I break my toe? It's not any of that. For me, it was like paying attention to not only the physical parts, but the mental part, which is not just my thoughts, it's my overall consciousness. And then it's about the action, which is the ritual. What is your ritual? What are you doing to feed your spirit? What are you doing to light up your life? What is your sacred yes? I believe that we all have a sacred yes. And if we ignore it, it'll just show up again and again and again until it gets our attention. At least that's how it's been in my own experience. My sacred yes is to be more. My sacred yes is to continue to expand in love and in light and in truth, to discover within myself what my own authentic truth is, to not doubt that, to not question that, to know that anything is absolutely possible in this life, and then to allow, it's the openness, allow that love and support and ideas and inspiration to come to me, to support me as I continue to spread my wings and fly. And you'll see me fluttering around. I'm a butterfly. You're a butterfly. And we've all been in the process of transformation. We always are. Some things, some events in my life have been pure milestones. And some events in my life have just been really quiet and subtle. It's that inner awakening, it's that inner journey. But the action I take around it, that outward expression, how I apply that in my life, has made all the difference. That is my spiritual path. So I encourage each and every one of you to just be the love that you are. Be the amazingness that you are. I remember having a conversation with Devon a couple years ago, and she said, "Are you ready for amazing?" I just didn't know what it would look like, but I was ready. And I'm ready for even more. So I am so appreciative of a loving, supportive partner, for amazing teachers, for a loving, supportive community that I'm still going to be involved in. It's just a different way. My role is shifting as I shift. Life is continuously shifting. And it's okay. We're all safe. We are all divine beings of freaking brilliance and wisdom. We know that we know. So allow yourself to live your own personal truth. Your life will begin to change and shift and unfold in ways that you could never imagine. And that takes letting go. And letting go. There it is. I got it. It came out. Letting go is about courage, it's about trust, it's about honesty and self-honesty. And I can only be honest with myself I have to be honest with myself before I can be honest with anybody else. I have to be honest with myself about what is true to me before I can be of service to encourage and support others in being who they have come here to be. That I'm 100% committed to that. It scares me to say that sometimes. It really does. But yet, it's the truth of who I know myself to be. So I stand here with profound gratitude. I stand here feeling like life is wide open. And it's like when you get to the top of a roller coaster and you know it's coming, where you're going to dip. And some people go, ah! That's how I went through a lot of my life. And some people go, woo! I'm at, woo! That's what I'm doing. Yeah, you can clap for that one. It has taken me 54 years to allow myself the journey. It has taken me 54 years to bring myself to this point in this song, Get Ready Your Soul. It's like everything I've ever known, everything I've ever done has brought me to this moment in time and space. And I have been in the goo for a little while. And I have crawled out of the cocoon. And I've been hanging out of that cocoon for a little while. And today is the day I spread my wings and fly. Yeah. And I encourage all of you to just be the butterfly that you are. And when you're in the goo, remember that the cocoon is this community. The cocoon is any community that supports you in love and truth. And the caterpillar is just a form of expression. Allow yourself the transformation. I'm allowing myself my transformation. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So I wanted to share with you something from a doctor that I just so appreciate in life, reading aspects of this. That doctor is Dr. Seuss. This is from an excerpt from the book, Oh, the Places You Will Go. You have brains in your head, You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. It's my gift to you. Thank you for who you are in my life.